Blessed love to each and every one of my beautiful scholars. How is everyone today? Hmm? Pardon me, how are you today? Very good. Well, I'm very happy to hear that all is well. And I'm sure that you are happy to hear from me again. Yes, we're going to have a wonderful class today. Of course, you know we are dealing with biology. And as you can see by the diagram that you're looking at, yes, this is called a diagram, by the way. The picture, it's a diagram. Good. We are going to now go into the respiratory system. Remember, we're dealing with the different systems of the human anatomy. The human what? Anatomy. What's that? That's what you call the body. You know, in another phrase, we would say the goody. But scientifically, we're dealing with the anatomy. Good. That's why we started with the atom. And by the time we are done with the respiratory system, you're going to have a good understanding of it in the same way that you have a good understanding of the atoms, in the same way that you have a good comprehension of the skeletal system. And I know you have a wonderful understanding of the digestive system. You know exactly what happens to your food when you chew and you swallow. Good. Well, now you're going to learn what happens to the air when you breathe it in. Now, before we go into all of that, let us take a quick look at the different parts of the respiratory system. Now, respiratory is spelled, you can spell it with me, Respiratory, the respiratory system. So you have the upper respiratory tract and you have the lower respiratory tract. And everything here has to do with you inhaling the oxygen and exhaling the carbon dioxide. Good. Let us begin by looking at the different parts of the respiratory system. We're going to take our time. You have, of course, the nose and, of course, the nostrils, those two holes there. Good. Now, beyond the nostrils, you have the nasal cavity. You have what? The nasal cavity. So the nasal cavity is spelled N-A-S-A-L, nasal cavity, C-A-V-I-T-Y. You see it here? Does everybody see this? Very good. And then you have nose. Do you know how to spell nose? Nobody knows what troubles I am in. No, not that nose there. That nose begins with a K. We mean N-O-S-E. Nose. Words don't always spell like how they sound. They sound, but that's a part of English for you. Nose. Good. Then you have the pharynx, and that is spelled P-H. P-H gives the F sound, by the way. P-H-A-R-Y-N-X, the pharynx. Many people call the pharynx the throat. Good. Then you have the larynx, and that's L-A-R-Y-N-X, the larynx, also called the voice box, but we're giving you the scientific terms. Good. Now, that's the upper respiratory system, or the upper respiratory tract, that aspect of the respiratory system. Good. Now let us go into the lower respiratory tract. You have the trachea. The trachea, now some people would refer to the trachea as the windpipe. And let me just be clear here that the trachea is not the esophagus. This is not leading to the stomach. This is leading to your lungs, where you breathe and you take in the oxygen and does so much good stuff with the oxygen and contributes to the circulation of your blood and bringing nutrients to the whole body. That's how important breathing is, the whole anatomy. Good. So the trachea now, not the esophagus, the trachea specifically splits into two pipes as such, and goes into what we call the left and the right lung, also called the lungs. Good, very important. And then when we enter into the lungs, you have the bronchi, you have primary and secondary and tertiary bronchi, and then they even further divide into the bronchioles. And then they even further divide into the
alveoli.
The alveoli. Very good, the Honorable Princess here with us. So, scholars, you have an idea now of how the respiratory system looks. And we are going to go into now exactly how the respiratory system works. Now, before we go to any videos, I want to read something for you. And this says here, good, listen to what this says here, Princess. Respiratory system. Your respiratory system is the network of organs and tissues that help you breathe. Good. This system helps your body absorb oxygen. See it here? Oxygen from the air so that your organs can work. Organs. Now, what are these organs? I think they mean the heart and the liver and the stomach. And those are your organs, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we need oxygen for all of that. Very good. It also cleans waste gases. Good. You have waste gases? Like what? Such as carbon dioxide from the blood. Common problems include allergies, diseases, or infections. All right. I see. It says here, what is the respiratory system? I'm sure some of you have that question. You know, what is the respiratory system? Okay, listen to the answer. The respiratory system is the network of organs. Let me repeat that. I wonder if the young ones are taking their notes. But hey, this is not like the regular school. You can watch this video class anytime you want to. Yeah, when you go to school and you listen to the teacher, that's it. Eh? If you didn't get your notes, you got to borrow somebody's notes. But this is a recorded class. This is a wonderful school. Wow. Give thanks. The respiratory system is the network of organs and tissues that help you to breathe. Good. Wow. It includes your airways, lungs, and blood vessels. Good. The muscles that power your lungs are also part of the respiratory system. These parts work together to move oxygen throughout the body and clean out waste gases like carbon dioxide. This is so important. A lot of us are not aware that breathing cleans out the body. Wow. And gets rid of the waste gases, you know, and helps us to be stronger. So what does the respiratory system do? The respiratory system, follow me, young ones. I hope you're listening. You know this is important. This is important. How many of us took time to think about our breathing? How many of you today said, time to breathe? Let me start to breathe now. Anybody did that today? No? Okay, good. Because, I mean, you don't have to try to breathe. You will just naturally breathe. But it's always good to take a deep breath. That's when you, that's a deep breath. That helps to expand your lungs. Your lungs need exercise too, you know. So instead of just breathing regularly without paying attention to it, sometimes it's good to take a deep breath. Follow me. Take a deep breath with me, young ones. After 2. 1, 2. Breathe in. And then breathe out. I breathe out to my mouth there a while ago. Good. So it says here, the respiratory system has many functions. Besides helping you inhale, breathe in, and exhale, breathe out, it also, yes, allows you to talk and to smell. Yeah, of course, you need breath to talk and your respiratory inhale to smell. Listen to this. It also warms air to match your body temperature and moisturizes it to the humidity level your body needs. Okay, so in other words, when you're breathing in cold air, or even not too cold air, whatever your body temperature is, the respiratory system warms the air to match your body so that you would function correctly, because your body, your anatomy is a very fragile thing. What does the respiratory system do? It delivers oxygen. What did you say? It delivers oxygen to the cells of your body. Wow. And you know, we're going to be talking about cells very soon. Okay, listen to this. What does the respiratory system do? It removes waste gases, including carbon dioxide. Let's repeat that again. What does the respiratory system do, scholars? You could just read what's in the blue. It removes waste gases, including carbon dioxide, from the body when you exhale. So let me ask you one more question. What is the question? As if I didn't know. What does the respiratory system do? It protects your airways. Not the air that you hear with, you know. The air, you know, the air that goes into you and comes out. A-I-R, air. Not E-A-R, A-I-R. Your airways from harmful substances and irritants. What is an irritant, Uncle Priest? Something that will irritate you. Yes, make you sick and disturbed. So that is what the respiratory system is all about. Now, we spoke about the different parts of the respiratory system, and yet still there are other parts that are also included in the respiratory system. So we are going to go into those in detail in the next session, or the next few classes, I should say. But for now, let us just begin this look, I would say begin this outlook on how the lungs work, which of course is just a part of the full respiratory system. Good. Everyone paying attention? Of course you are.
The respiratory system is made up of organs that help us breathe. Respiration is the term used to describe the exchange of oxygen from the environment for carbon dioxide from the body's cells. The process of breathing air into the lungs is called inhalation, and the process of breathing it out is called exhalation. The respiratory system consists of all the organs involved in breathing. These organs all have their own unique functions that enable us to breathe as we do on average 23,000 times a day. The respiratory system includes the nose and nasal cavity, which perform a number of important functions, such as providing us with a sense of smell, warming and moistening the air we breathe in, filtering out irritants such as dust, and assisting us in the development of sound. The throat, also known as the pharynx, is a tube that carries air from the nasal cavity through the voice box, otherwise known as the larynx, down into the windpipe or trachea. The windpipe then splits into two breathing tubes, which carry the air into the lungs. These breathing tubes are called the bronchi, which extend into the bronchioli. The breathing tubes branch out many times throughout the lungs, until they eventually form tiny thin-walled air sacs or alveoli. The respiratory system does two very important things. It brings oxygen into our body, which we need for our cells to live and function properly. And secondly, it allows us to exhale carbon dioxide from our body.
Okay, my young scholars. Now you see, everything that we have been saying so far is what we are getting from this nice little video here. Now, I am sure anyone would admit that if this is new information to you, this is a lot of information to process in this class, just today alone. So that is what I want you to do. I want you to process this information thus far, meaning that I would like you to go over this class today, watch this video again, take your notes as well, because when you write things down, it helps you to memorize them. And of course, you will be getting your different worksheets so you can perform your works and continue with the studying. And when we return for our next biology class, then we will be definitely continuing on how the respiratory system works. So it's going to be my delight. It is going to be a joy. And I personally am looking forward to coming again so we can talk about how we breathe and what happens when we inhale and what happens when we exhale, the respiratory system. So again, you have learned the different parts. I need not recap. You could just check the whole class over again. It's not too long. Share it with a friend. You can let your brothers, your little brother, your little sister, even your bigger brother and your bigger sister, you can let them see what you are learning here at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. You're learning about the respiratory system. Good. Remember, you have to definitely show love to all your friends, and you know, always be nice and help your mother and help your father anytime you have a chance, no matter what. Just say, mommy or daddy, can I help you do something? You know, and let them feel happy. They work hard just to make you feel happy. Trust me, your parents and whoever takes care of you works very hard. The fact that you are watching this and they bought this for you, that means they love you very much. So you should try your best to make them happy as well. So what are we going to do now? We're going to leave them with our affirmation. I wonder if they know the affirmation. You think they know it?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
Let's see if they know it. We're going to say our affirmation, and we want you to repeat it with us after 2, 1, 2. I am the best, and I deserve the best, and only the best is coming to me now. Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. It sounds like they do know it. Blessed love.